today after a hard-fought victory against Liberty University on Tuesday night. Coach, Binghamton comes in riding a 2-game win streak of their own. They shot 60% in the second half of their last game. How are we going to try to slow the Bearcats down?
Yeah, they've got good offensive players. They run really good sets. They run as good a sets as we've seen so far this year. They've got a coach's son, J.C. Shao, who's a transfer from Bucknell, who scored 34 the other night, hit 8 threes, was 8 of 11 from the three-point line, and hit 2 huge threes, one to win the game when they were down 1 to put them up 2 over Central Connecticut. So he's a tough guard. He's going to be a tough person for us to defend. But we got to change our coverages up on him. Hopefully our length and our height and our athleticism will bother him and will alter a couple of his three-point attempts. But they're a good offensive team. They're well coached. They're well schooled. They run really good sets. In fact, we're going to steal some of their sets when we get done playing them. I like some of the stuff that they do a lot. So it'll be it'll be a challenge for us. But they we can do it. We can do it if we lock down and guard. In their wins, they average about 71 points a game. In their losses, they average 57. So we got to keep them right around that 60 point mark and really lock them down.
One of your points of emphasis has been the big man working from the inside out, and this could be our first true matchup of the bigs this week with 2 6'9" kids of their own. How do we try to leverage our strength for our big men to be more successful than theirs?
Well, it's a little more difficult sometimes when you play a team like Liberty that's got no bigs and they're post-trapping you all the time. We'll get a lot of single coverage tonight. We'll get a lot of one-on-one coverage tonight. And then you just got to, at this point, you just got to hope your guy's better than their guy. And we believe in our guys down there. And at this point, it's just mano-a-mano, and your guys got to, give them space, give them room, and let them go to work. But a lot of times it's a little trickier when you play in some of these other teams, like we played Queens and we played Liberty, and even Asheville to some extent. It's hard to play, we'll play Mo and Hamdi together tonight some. It's hard to play those two together when both of them are going to be guarding basically guards. You're already at a disadvantage defensively when one of them's having to guard a guard. So tonight will give us a little bit of opportunity to play maybe a little more traditional lineup with those big guys. But just with the way things have fallen, we're going to be a little bit smaller tonight. Also, a lot of the time with Burge at the 4 and Dariante at the 4 on some of their guys. So we'll piece it together and figure it out as best we can.
Both in your weekly presser and on your coach's show, you talked about how important it was to play a complete game and get off to a quick start. Talk about some of the keys to trying to get that executed. I hear you continuing to emphasize it in practice and stuff like that, but how do you get them to actually execute it once the ball gets tipped up?
Well, we got to do that. We got to have the discipline to do what we've worked on. The plays are sequenced. We got to run the plays as they've been told to have been run and throw it where it's supposed to be thrown to the person who's going to be open. And if we do that, we'll be in good shape. I suspect we'll get off to a pretty good start tonight. At least we'll get the shots that we want early in the game tonight. I suspect. Now we'll see if we can carry that through. A complete game's beginning, middle, and end, not just beginning or end or middle. We've kind of got the middle and end part. We've done a decent job there, particularly the middle. So hopefully we'll get off to a better start. We've certainly emphasized it. We've worked on it. We've talked about it. We've analyzed what our issues are. And now it's just time to go execute what we've worked on all week.
Great. Coach, good luck tonight.